Hi, it's Tanya
and Melita
from Sofistika, and we have another video blog for you.
And today's blog is about social media and best practice. So in our 12 Days of Digital Christmas tips that we recently posted, we discussed the importance of pre-planning your social media content. So here are 10 tips for social media best practice that you can start threading through as you plan your social media content.
Kick it off, babe.
Let's go. So follow the 1 in 7 rule. And what this means is for one self-serving post or content piece, the other 6 should be something that's kind of not self-serving or salesy.
Yeah. Ensure your profiles are complete, guys. This one drives me nuts, where people try and connect with me on our social channels and they don't have a profile picture. They have no information and they want to connect with you. And it's such a simple thing to do, but have a profile picture, have a description, put some information about you and your company.
And update your profile too.
Yes, very important.
So the third one is ask conversation starter questions. And what that means is that you can't hide anymore. You've got to be present. You've got to show up. And it translates into the way that you actually write content. So think about before you post if you feel that the content is not relevant, people are not going to read, don't post it, basically.
Yep.
And yeah.
Good tip. Add value and share your expertise, and this is a big thing that a lot of companies are using these days. It's about giving people a lot of extra value, and even whether it's just a piece of content that you can share with your clients or your audience, because that's gonna make them more likely to want to engage with your brand and your business.
Correct. The other one that I wanted to highlight is promote your profiles and be human. So what this means is don't seem like a robot. So there's nothing wrong with promoting your profiles. As Hannah said before, it's important to keep your profiles complete and up to date, but don't be afraid to promote them. That's how you actually attract new customers and new likes, and you engage in new conversations. And it works for us. Yeah. So
it does.
That's right.
The next tip is to be responsive and be accessible. So I think, and that comes, it really sort of ties in with that human side of marketing is you need to be responsive when people are asking you questions and putting things on your social channels, for example. Respond to them quickly. Don't leave them hanging for 3 weeks.
I think the rule is 24 hours.
Yeah. At the most, I think these days. And be accessible to people and know that they can have those conversations with you and engage in those sorts of two-way conversations.
Think about social media as a two-way.
Yes.
Two-way.
Very important.
Yeah. Two-way conversation.
Yep.
So this is the one that I absolutely abide by every single time I look at social media and content. So it's about knowing your audience. And to me, that means always say thank you.
You mean always?
Always say thank you. Don't just keep asking them to do something or interact with them on the kind of level where it's just very flat. Always say thank you.
Very big, important tip. I suppose as part of that is to be true to your brand.
That's right.
And have consistency of brand as well, which I think not all businesses do well, but I think it's something to be really important to make sure you have the right style guidelines and so forth in place, but really be true to what your brand is, and that should be across all your digital channels, right?
You can't have a different logo on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter handle, or whatever it is. So make sure you have consistency on the channels. Yeah, very important. The 9th one is be aware of current events. Depending on what industry you're in, if something happens with a disaster, particularly in crisis management, this is very critical. Something happens and it's going to be newsworthy, and you know that people are going to interact with you or post content. Be ready to take action. I cannot highlight this enough.
And be sensitive to it,
and be very sensitive to it as well. And not just for the crisis management, even for something that's happening that's a real positive. Piece of media or content that will affect your industry. Get on it. Be on the forefront and be that thought leader that you want to be.
That's right. And the final tip is to monitor and listen. Social is not about, and digital, I shouldn't just say social, but it's not about just pushing content out there. It's about social listening and listening to what's going on around you in your industry and also with outside the industry. So looking at what other people are doing across their channels and their networks, monitor what they're doing and listen to what conversations are happening out there. And that's going to be a great way for you to start to sort of engage more with your audience.
And listen to your competitors. Check out what they're doing. I find that really critical as well.
Yeah. Don't copy them, but
don't copy them. And even every year, every year. You should be doing it more frequently than every year. But there's social media monitoring tools out there, so you can actually see what people are talking about on your brand, on your platforms as well, so you can actually create better content.
There's digital tools for everything, right?
That's right.
That's our tips.
Yeah, hopefully you can implement some of these. And if you want to know more, always feel free to get in touch with us, projects@sofistika.digital, and Tanya and Melita.
See you guys. Have a great day.